This is a quick run through on how to use suggested reordering within Merchanter. If you want to run suggested reordering in order to get to optimum stock levels, under the purchasing menu, start by going to the low stock products menu item. This takes you into a low stock products report. Each of the items in here is determined that it's below the low stock level that's been set, and therefore something needs to be purchased for it in order to get it back to your target stock, your ideal stocking level. To manage your stocking levels, click on Edit Restocking Levels or Restocking Levels on the left-hand menu here. There'll be separate videos and articles on how to handle that particular side of things, but this is about what to do day to day in order to generate suggested reorders. So what we have here in our low stock reports is, firstly, it is based on an individual depot. So we're looking at the products that are low stock, in this case for my particular Ferndown depot. You have all the usual sort of product filters here as well, so obviously if you had a much longer list you could filter this list back down to specific product ranges, even down to individual products and so on, as is needed. But in this particular case, I'm going to go and run it for all 33 products that we've got here. When I've got the set of reports that I want, I simply click on Suggested Order Report. That goes and runs the report and takes me into a reordering, draft reordering report that I can review. So what we have in here is the first step within here is, firstly, I have 7 items here that don't have a suggested or a preferred supplier against each of these items. And so what we can do with each of these is you can drop down the list. The list, first of all, is just a list of the preferred suppliers that have been used to generate these other purchase orders, and so I can simply add a product into one of those particular items if that's what I want to do. Alternatively, if it's not one of those suppliers that we want, you can click on the plus button, and that takes you into doing a search for the particular suppliers. Now we can look at a full list of suppliers. We can just look at preferred suppliers for this product, but obviously there aren't any, otherwise it would have picked that one up. We can look at previous suppliers, so suppliers that we have purchased this product from previously. We can look at price suppliers, so anywhere we've actually got a supplier price, so this extends beyond the one preferred supplier to any other price suppliers. We can look at preferred suppliers from within that category, group or subgroup of products that this particular product belongs to, or in this case we'll go and look at all, and we'll go and choose a particular supplier and click on Confirm. That takes it off this list. Once we're happy that we've cleared all of those, we go on to step 2, which is giving us now 13 purchase orders for all of the items that are in this particular list. And so what we have, if we scroll down, let's come and take a look at this Acme Supplies here. In here we have the 8 items that are all set to Acme Supplies, what we've got as free stock, what we've got as the target stock, what we've got on order, so placed order, purchase orders but not yet received, and therefore what the suggested order quantity based on the system's calculations should be. That then is put in as the actual order quantity, and so we have the choice from there that we can actually go in and amend those details as we want to. So we can put in what we actually want our order quantity to be. We can, if we want to, go and choose products and make it for a different supplier. So for example, with this one here, I'm going to switch this one across and set it for a different supplier. So if I scroll up, you'll see firstly that it's added that product into that particular supplier, but it's also giving me a shortcut that enables me to update this particular product, that Landguard Point is the preferred supplier rather than Acme Supplies. So it's an opportunity to manage and maintain as you go. But if we come back down to Acme Supplies here, we can go through. Again, With the target stock levels, it's bringing in the target stock based on what we'd set up previously. But if we click on that, you can actually go in and edit all of the criteria by which that target stock is actually set. So there's the opportunity to sort of manage and manipulate from within this report as well. Okay, but if we're happy with that, we're happy with those 7 lines, we can either click create order at the top if we want to create a purchase order. We can archive if we don't actually need to order these items at the moment. Or if you scroll down to the very bottom of the page, I can create all 13 draft purchase orders at the same time. I'm just going to do a single one for Acme Supplies here. So if I click on create order, it pops up with the order header confirmation. So at this point we could turn it into a bulk purchase or forward contract. It's set it to Acme Supplies. I can add a supplier reference if I want to, but otherwise I just go and create that purchase order. Once that's created that purchase order, it's created as a draft purchase order, and in that goes. So it's disappeared off step 2 here, create orders, and we've now got a step 3, orders to place. Okay, so that's in there. It's showing me the details of what I've got. It's not editable in the same way, but I have a link to be able to go off and see the purchase order itself. I can jump into the purchase order. It's got a link at the top to say the reorder report that it actually came from. But if I'm happy with this purchase order, I can simply confirm and send it off to my supplier. Emailing or printing the purchase order out, we'll email that one away. So that's now on order. If we jump back to our purchase order report, you'll see we've now got a step of on order purchases, so we can see that there. And if we jump back into the purchase, do receive goods on that, put in a sample goods received note number, and confirm all of those details. That's now received into stock. And if we go back to our reorder report, we can see that that's now showing as a received order. If we click on the reordering menu item here, you can see a list of these reorder reports. This one here, which we've just created, which we've been working through, 33 lines we were working on, 6 are still unassigned. We've got 12 draft purchase orders, and that one purchase order that we've pushed through to being received. So hopefully that's a useful quick guide on how to use suggested reordering in Merchantown.